Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of the Articulate Fly. We're back with another Western North Carolina fishing report with Dale Collins of Tuckaseegee Fly Shop. How you doing, Dale?
Doing great, Marvin. Hope you are.
As always, just trying to stay out of trouble, and looks like maybe your weather is moderated and it's not like 85 degrees and it's not 6 degrees, so you're probably kind of where you ought to be this time of year.
Yeah, it's amazing. Here at my weather station at my house, I've got 17 degrees is the lowest of the low for 2023 so far, with a high of 70.4. So, I think they call that typical North Carolina weather, but we're kind of glad to see January starting to even out. So it should be nice.
Yeah, and so, I know you don't have any stockings and for a few months, but so I would imagine your DH fish are relatively well educated, and you kind of do the normal kind of nymphing deep up in the mountains in the park, right?
Yeah, if you get into the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, I would really, and this would go for anywhere, pay attention to your elevation. Definitely stay below 3,000 feet. And focus on the deep pools for sure. These fish, even in the tuck, they're not going to move too far to eat a fly. Their metabolism slowed down. They're just not going to burn a lot of calories to go get a bug. So you almost have to hit them in the nose. But the good news is we're seeing the days starting to get longer. We're seeing more sunlight. So your fishing window is getting, a bit longer. So where it was 11 to 2 for the best part of the day, now we're kind of getting out there towards 3 o'clock for keeping that sunshine on the water to keep it good and active for us.
Yeah, and just to kind of help folks out, rough math, what are some kind of easy ways to remember the 3,000 foot mark kind of in your part of the Smokies?
That's a good question. Deep Creek, the lower reaches of Deep Creek are going to be, below that threshold for a good long way. The Cunalufty over there, outside of Cherokee, that's going to be in the ballpark there. So, and those are certainly your larger watersheds too. So they're going to be a little warmer, and they've got the deeper pools too. So, and outside of the park, you're looking at Caney Fork, Scotts Creek there in Silva, West Fork of the Pigeon River over there in Haywood County. So, and even, you get over towards the Davidson, the Brevard area, you're still in good shape there too.
Yeah, and the great thing is I know there's a temperature gauge on the Davidson River, so you can actually check and see what the water temperature is.
That's right. Yeah, we saw it, the Cataloochee gauge up in the Smokies there a couple weeks ago get up around 50 to 52. So certainly we're going to stay a little below that now, but it should be a little more balanced. And that's the big thing, is you don't want to see the big swings in water temps from overnight to daytime. You want to see just a flatter line instead of the big waves and peaks and valleys. So the fish tend to like that. I mean, you can catch fish in Colorado at 20 degrees on dry flies all day, but those fish are used to those temperatures. So they settle down, and that's just what we haven't been getting yet. So looking forward to more balance in the weather moving ahead.
Got it. And are we at that part of the time kind of in the winter where you ride those pulses of warm water that get released on the tuck?
Yeah, that's absolutely a great way to do it. You can have a morning, it may be, 25 degree morning. You don't need to be out there at sunrise for sure. But the water is going to be warmer than the air. So, and then in the afternoon, it'll kind of balance out, and the water temp will be in the mid to upper 40s. And the trout are still feeding. So you certainly want to use some heavier nymphs, get down in the water column to them into that strike zone, and keep those nymphs in that zone as long as you can. Get some good long drifts.
Yeah. And do you get enough of a bump in water temperature with the releases on the tuck to maybe get a little bit of hatch activity too?
It does get hatch. Yeah, absolutely. And that, you coincide that with bright sunshine. I've always had best days on the tuck are with, bluebird skies, bright sunshine, and just the fish seem happier. So I think the nymphs pop better, but it does trigger that hatch as the water temp increases. And as the days get longer, depending on the air temp as well, sometimes these bugs get confused, and you start seeing some early spring hatches that'll kick in late January and February. So, you put in your time, pay attention to that forecast and try to time it right. it can be a lot of fun out there.
Yeah. And so when is your next round of stocking? So there'll be some less educated fish in the system.
So typically, we're looking at March for that.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's when we see that spring run of delayed harvest stockings come. And then in April, they'll start hitting. Well, the hatchery supported waters will open up for fishing in April. So yeah, it's kind of, a delayed harvest game right now, and lower elevation game for the next probably 6 weeks. And then as we get into mid to late February, that's kind of when the Smokies start coming alive, and you get some warmer days and certainly longer days. And you get up there and it's not too pressured because it's not been fished all winter. So you have a lot of fun action up there in the Smokies in that time period.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as we said last time, folks, we were going to draw a winner from all the folks that had their questions answered in 2022. And before I give you the name from the Google number generator, Dale, you want to let folks know what we're drawing for?
Yeah, man, we're doing a shirt and hat bundle from the shop there. So we'll get your information and get in touch with you.
Yeah, there you go. And the winner this year is Matt Tysinger. So congratulations, Matt. And,
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll pass along your information to Dale, or you can reach out to the shop. Every now and again, we've had years where the winner's been an eager beaver and has beaten me to getting the info to Dale, and they've headed to the shop and gotten their goodies. So, but congratulations, Matt. And, folks, as we get into kind of a little bit better weather, it's not so darn cold, you owe it to yourself to get out there and catch a few. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Dale.
You too, Marvin.